spangled cocker sparkles like candle flames, point directions, flapping wings on current, moving trains along dusted pockets, last-ditch efforts mingle in ecstasy, the road to laughter in the geometric morning, stripes accumulate and meanings challenging, jack-o'-lantern grins taking us heavenward, and nothing topples the beatitudes like sex in the afternoon. Rough tackles crunch bones peripherally and zoom the future's droning catcalls, and limericks that last like all-day suckers, fingering our throats until the final vomit. The bird flaps a ribbon in the air, and two eyes appear to stare from the twin tits of Twin Peaks, accusing me of committing poetry. Another bird, an oversized eagle, winks at me with Jimmy Cagney's pug face as it flies past, carrying in its talons the D'Oyly-Carte Opera Company, singing HMS Pinafore. I strain to see more clearly through my speckled window. A murder of crows, is that right? Yes. Collides in a rainbow of black, fluttering onto a lamppost that bends under their weight like a vaulting pole, springing them into the sky like pies set to splat in the face of the sun. I can hear them laughing. In a backwoods clearing in North Carolina, good old boy Will spits into his palms where the stigmata stings and bends a branch of willow until it snaps as loudly as a gunshot. The report wakes me where I was sleeping soundly in a dirigible floating over Lake Michigan. Is the tapioca ready so soon? I ask the attending wolf, whose tongue lolls out at me, dripping grape Kool-Aid. The wolf smells of my mother's talcum powder. It cradles my head in its hairy paw and begins to speak. In Coconut Grove, handsome Jeffrey is jacking off after shaving the hair off his arms, legs, and chest, and fitting himself into Patsy's bra and singing panties. It is so delicious. He thinks he'll swoon too soon from the perfume of her honey sweat. And it is the eye of the hurricane, so hot it hums like an electric wife. The dust dances fairy patterns outside my window, and I hear a rooster crow at the traffic, and the neighbor's cocker spaniel shouts good morning at my star-spangled cock. So I slap my face to wake up, drink more coffee, and totter into the day. Why I do it. Desperation begins this poem. Where the hell is my voice? Fearful Sunday wake up, worried about last job, and lonely in my morning prayers and masturbation. Read the last student paper before moving on from failure, sitting to write, empty and scared. So, I drive the car, searching for my voice along new roads, cruising California Delta first time, redneck towns, country western motorcycle bars, and I'm not making this up, a spam festival and cooking contest. Yeah. Artificial food for the artificial poet. I eat Chinese in an old river town, red walls and paper lanterns, ancient grandmother chopping in the kitchen forever. Pay and drive off, looking for my voice. Finally, Sacramento bookstore and Ginsberg's last farting poems, and a beautiful boy at the cash register who tells me he has begun a metaphysical novel, but he is not really a writer because there are only 2 chapters, and I tell him, you are. If writing is worth doing, I tell him, it is because the action itself is good, the urge is good. And who cares about product you don't refuse to shit, I tell him, because it isn't chocolate, do you? And we love, I tell him, fascinated by his eyes. We love because it is good to love, and not because we are good at it. And don't ever say you're not a real writer, because you are, because you do it, not because it's good, or you publish, or anything else. And he says, with a smirk, I see, whatever. And I buy Ginsberg's book and eat double chocolate cake and write him this poem.